This is my lovely wife, Janine. I'm Tracy Lee Smith, and I'm Steve's brother, and welcome to the celebration. We had it muted the whole time. That is funny.
Hey.
But, so, we were just saying that we are in Texas right now. We're waiting for the live feed in
Oh,
Pennsylvania. We wish we could have been there, but we couldn't.
Yeah, we really do.
So, Janine, I'm going to ask you, what was it like to first meet my brother for the first time?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, you and Christy, it's not that you warned me about him, but you said he's quirky and he's kind of sarcastic. And I don't know if it's because I'm used to that and it doesn't bother me at all. But we totally hit it off right off the bat. I mean, he kind of was joking with me and he's like, "You didn't tell me she looked like Carrie Underwood." And I was like, yeah, maybe 20 years older. We totally hit it off. And yeah. He would say things and then he'd be like, "Oh, I like her." He said that.
Yeah.
"Oh, I like her. You get me." Like,
Yeah.
because it didn't bother me. Like when he would, it's not that he tries to offend or whatever, but I loved him. I thought he was my kind of person.
Yeah. You know, he was a crazy guy from the very beginning. He did some crazy stuff all through his life, and I always envisioned him as a borderline genius. Because, like, he could do some crazy stuff, but, like, he would work a job for a company and then just take off and go to Florida for 6 months with his friends on, like, just going wild and just doing it. And he'd come back and he'd get his job back.
Oh, my gosh.
It was like, it's like they just loved him because he was really good at work, whatever he did.
Yes.
And
yes, a likable.
He was funny. And so you got to imagine, there's probably people that can be watching this.
Celebration of life. Who's on right now? I
don't
see
know.
people that are on, but
know.
who is it? Why
but-
can't we see? Can you make a comment if you're on?
Yeah, the chat is open.
Yeah,
Make a comment.
We
if you're
really
seeing this.
wish that we could be in Pennsylvania. It's been kind of an interesting path for sure, to say the least.
Yeah. So some crazy times was, when I was growing up, we were growing up in the 70s, and I'm sure a lot of people on here that know Steve, there was some
I'll be right
wild times. So some of the wild times that I'm going to talk about, hey, I was like 8 years old, and my mom would go play bridge on a Monday night, and Steve invited all his friends to come over for this party at our house. And I'm not kidding you, there's like smoke this thick off the ceiling. And it was just like, oh my gosh. And all these high teenagers who were helping me with my homework, I'm surprised I got any answer correct. And then the cops came to the back door and they saw me, and I guess they didn't want to go bust them. So they said, hey, Chief Schlegel's coming, so you gotta get these people out of here. So they did. They rushed everybody out, and Chief Schlegel, I will never forget his name. This chief police at the time. They were always doing some crazy stuff with the law back then. And Steve was a musician, and he helped me get me started in music. And I was like 10 years old, and my brother Steve would have a guitar, and he'd put it in the case, and he'd say, "Don't touch my guitar. If you touch my guitar, I'll kill you." That kind of thing. And so that was a challenge to me. And then I learned to tune the guitar before I put it back in the case, because I was playing on it. So it was just, just a little bit of fun. He turned me on to some really cool music when I was younger. Beatles, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Alice Cooper, Steve Miller. Really cool vibes when I was just little, which was really neat. And so I'm gonna play just a little clip here of one. I'm actually gonna play a song of his. Okay, let's do that. This is one that we kind of like messed around together. He kind of wrote this, and it's a funny song. Okay, and it wasn't really like mass produced. It was a demo, and so don't expect like the greatest quality. It was fun that we did this song. I remember my mom would laugh at this song too. So let's give it a shot.
Tried to find a way to tell me she didn't want me. She said, leave me alone, I need some space, I need some time to live my life the way I want to. She wants to. Like I don't know what alone is.
What is a monk?
I thought it was it didn't take long to get tired of that being alone, so she found another one to be alone with. Tisk. She thought I was dumb, I didn't know what's going on. I didn't see that she was dumping me. Oh, like I don't know. What alone is.
What is it?
Being by itself. That guy don't know. What you really don't know? Being alone. I thought it was being alone. And I've been tired of it.
I spent some of my best time with myself alone.
It didn't take long. You get tired of that being alone. Found another one to be alone with. He thought I was dumb. He thought I didn't know what was going on. He thought I didn't see what she was doing. She thinks you're dumb. Like I don't know.
And I'm tired of hearing this story.
What alone is. I thought it was.
What is it?
Never been alone, not one single day.
One single day.
Never been alone. Never been alone.
She's never
not
been alone.
One single day.
Not one single day.
Like I don't know what alone is.
Story at 11.
Like I don't
Yeah, some fun tunes right there, I'll tell you what. Yeah, so the drummer on that one was Dwayne Schneck. He passed away, I think, this year. It was sad to hear that. And I think the bass player was Kenny Peffley, otherwise known as Kenny Play. Kenny was in a band with us since I was like 15 years old. Did a lot of different stints with Kenny as a bass player, and he worked on the Soul Fashion album and things like that with us. So it was kind of fun reliving that song again. So we're talking a little bit about Steve, at how he helped me out. I was 14, and he asked my mom to buy me a Hammond organ and a Leslie cabinet. So back in the day, I had long hair and all that, and we were like doing Deep Purple covers and things like that. Your Heap and all this like really growly organ sound. Well, the only way to get that growly organ sound at that time, because we didn't know better, was to turn it up to 10.
Not 11?
11, yeah, basically.
I can see Steve turning it up to 11.
Hey, we had one of our friends came over, and he put his glasses down on the Leslie cabinet, and it cracked his glasses, the sonic vibration. So that's how loud it was. Well, anyway, we were in this like little room, smaller than what you see in the screen right here. It was like a laundry room. And it had a bathroom in it, and we took the door off the bathroom and put PA speakers in there stacked up so we could hear our vocals. And there was a band, the drummer, bass, this organ, everything was blaring at 10 in this little room. And my mom was upstairs, and she let it happen for years. And we're like, she must have liked the music or something. I don't know. But and the neighbors,
She was a supportive mom.
The neighbors didn't complain. So that was just amazing. That was like a gift from God back at the time to let me learn how to play music with other musicians and in bands and stuff like that. It was awesome. So Steve was a guitar player and a singer, and he did a couple tunes, like cover tunes that he would do, like Eric Clapton, One Night, things like that. And he would do like Yes, and he had a higher voice. It was pretty cool. He played all the stuff. And so yeah, he got me started at 14, and I remember he would always like buy musical instruments and stuff, and he just like, and we would like blow the speakers playing so loud that we would take it to this place in Wilmsdorf. I can't remember the name of it, but they would recone speakers for like $150, $200. And he was like, you got that. So he figured out how to recone those speakers himself. And another thing that he did, which was really cool, was he took a trans radio and allowed me to plug the guitar into it and make it distorted so I could walk around playing guitar with like an amp. It was so cool. We had so much fun. So he was like, that borderline genius doing that kind of stuff. Oh, I got a story to tell you. So I think it was Mitch and Kevin, and we were going down with Steve, going down to the Rush concert down at the Spectrum in Philly. And so I don't know who it was. Mitch or Kevin said, pull over. I gotta take a whiz, right? We're on the Schuylkill Expressway. You know how dangerous that is, pulling over. So we pulled over along this cliff face, wherever it was. And so them two get out. I'm going, I got to go too. So it's like three of us are lined up, like this, whiz on this wall. And then all of a sudden, the van starts moving. Steve's letting the van move. So we're going like this, trying to get it. So nobody sees us taking a whiz. It was, man, he was funny. And he was just laughing at us. He did that for about a good 50 feet. So we were done. It was crazy, man. A lot of crazy stuff, My mom played bridge on Saturday nights as well. And our house was party central. All the kids from high school came over there because Steve was 8 years older. He could get the beer and, that kind of stuff. So we always had parties. And it was just, just fun times when we were growing up. See this guitar back here? That was originally Steve's guitar, which I bought off him really early in the early 80s so I could use. That was one of those things. So, but you had to be ready to go, because he would do a sale, and bam, when he has that sale going on, you got to pull the trigger. Because I remember a friend of mine, Beckett, he got himself something like 300 albums for $20 because he was ready to just dump them. It's like, oh my gosh. So let's go with another song of Steve's, okay? Let's check it out here, what we got. Okay, this is a pretty cool one. Now, this one is a song called Morning, and it has my niece Christy singing backups, and it also has my late wife, Peg, singing backup vocals before we were married. So this is a pretty wild song that Steve is singing, and it was released on the Tracy Smith Losing Control cassette tape. Wow. Many years ago. So check this out.
Morning begins a new day to my eyes. I look within myself and realize you're my morning, you're my sun through cloudy skies. Through cloudy skies, and I love you 'cause you open up my eyes. Yes, I love you 'cause you open up my eyes. This is no time to be fading away. You've been a part of each and every day. You're my morning, you're my sun through cloudy skies, through cloudy skies. And I love you 'cause you open up my eyes. Yes, I love you 'cause you open up my eyes. Every day
Yeah, that's a cool song. That's 80s music right there. Put that together. Man, it just brings back memories. You know, so what we're going to do now is we're going to play something that Janine and I had the privilege, you know, through our connections and all that, through the TV show and all that, and from Janine growing up in Seattle and meeting people along the way. And she met and is a friend of, we both now are, of Roger Fisher, the guitarist of Heart. And we actually went to his studio in Washington and we talked to him for an interview for the show. We have Rockstar Diaries TV. And he actually was willing to talk to Steve on the phone because Steve was going through his cancer at the time and was just down in the dumps. And we didn't know it at the time, but Roger Fisher's brother, Michael, was also going through cancer. And so he was talking through firsthand knowledge of what the experience was breaking with all that. And after this taping of what we're going to show you, Michael passed away a couple of weeks later. And it was just that quick. And he was only diagnosed 3 months. So it was, you know, a wild story, a little bit of sadness there. But this was a really cool time where, you know, Roger's such a sweet guy. And he could have been on the phone 30 seconds, but it was way more than that. Check it out. The background for him, so because like we were talking about how your brother helped you, he helped me. Now imagine I sent out like a tape like it's called Tracy Smith Lose Control tape, cassette tape, and I sent out to all the producers all across America, right? Two actually wanted to hear it. One was in New York, one was in Las Vegas. So I was lived close to New York, so I went and they said they weren't really interested in my music. They were just like, hey, I hear you play keyboards, come on up and try out for this band. So I go and try out for this band, and they tell me to play this little ditty in their song. It was so freaking easy, I couldn't play it.
You were nervous?
No, it was like, do, 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 do. Something so easy. I'm like, why can't I get this? And the timing, it was like, you know, and I consider myself a pretty good keyboard player. You know, at that time, I was like, why couldn't I get this? So my brother is in the producer's ear going, you know, why don't they play one of his songs and see if they can play one of his songs, right? So it was a lady producer at the time. She said, yeah, all right, let's do it. So I played one of my tunes, and they loved it. You know, and they're like, and they were playing it. I'm like, yeah, this is really great. We're gonna put this on the album and stuff like that. But then they wanted me to be the guy off the stage and not be a part of the band or earn the same money as the band. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So, but anyway, that started because he schmoozed with the producer that they said, okay, put your band together and then we'll hear it.
Very cool.
So put the band together, and that connection right there got us played on TV, on ABC and NBC and all kind of stuff, like Jerry Springer show, all kind of craziness.
Wow.
But so from that, you know, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here with you right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Gotcha.
so.
He's a cool guy. Steve is. He's just depressed, I guess.
Hey, buddy, guess who this is? Guess where I am right now? I'm right here speaking with Roger Fisher, the guitarist from Heart. Yeah.
He
I'm gonna
wants,
say hi to you right now.
Hey, Steve. I'm doing pretty good. I hear you're not doing so well. Yeah, my brother has cancer too. He just found that out about 3 months ago, and it's pancreatic cancer. So they're trying really hard to, you know, get through that. He's just been down in Mexico for 3 weeks. He's on a thing called a Gerson diet, and so I can relate to your brother in how he feels, and you know, it's a real gut punch when something like this happens, and it caused me to well, to really take each day and really get the most out of it and just appreciate, not necessarily like how much I get done or anything like that, or just to appreciate that I can experience things, I can see, I can hear. You know, it's such a gift to be alive. Yeah. Anyway, your brother was just giving me the background on you, and he sure appreciates you and your involvement in his life. Yeah, but you know, in the blink of an eye, wherever you're going, we're going to be joining you. So
Yep.
yeah, it's a very fleeting little moment we get here, and we'll all be together in another blink of an eye. So there we go.
He used to be a guitar player too.
Oh, yeah?
That's Paul, yeah.
Cool.
You got any questions for the guy while you have him on the phone?
Nancy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We were together for 4 years. Yeah. Well, it's a long time compared to how long I've been together with my wife, and that's, geez, I don't know, 17, 18 years now, and that's been a much better relationship. But yeah, the whole heart thing was a heck of a ride. Yeah, yeah. So how are you doing spiritually? How do you feel? Are you ready to go on an adventure?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's man, I've given so much thought to that since I was 18 or so, and always wanted to really make sure that I'm ready, to take that trip. And so I've just done a lot of mental and spiritual work in that direction of the idea of being able to let go. And yeah, it's an incredible opportunity. You know, we all come to that point, and at some moment you take the plunge and you just let go. And my gosh, I think it's really a fantastic place where we all go. I mean, I've been there twice, to the all-encompassing light, where all that there is this brilliant white light that is brighter than all the stars in the universe put together, and it is alive. It's living love. And
Are you saying you died a couple times?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I've been there, and when you see that light, all you want to do is get back to that light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yeah, it's beyond words. It's beautiful.
Wow.
So you're lucky because you get to get there before we do.
Yeah, I got this diagnosed in November already, so I don't know how long I have.
Yeah. Well,
Stage 4 of the lung cancer.
uh-huh. Well, I think the moment we're born, we all get that diagnosis, and we don't know how long we have.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all in the same boat, really.
Wow.
We get the diagnosis that you're only going to live so long, and then we're going to kick you out of the nest. You have to learn how to fly.
Oh, I love it. Oh, man.
I already made it 45 years ago.
Yeah.
For 25.
Well, who knows how long you'll keep going.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to jump off, Steve. I wish you well, and nice talking to you. And
Good talking to you.
yeah. Okay, broski.
All right.
Here's your brother.
All right, buddy. I'll let you rest. You take care.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
You're watching the Rockstar Diaries TV show.
Wow, that was such an amazing time with Roger Fisher, the guitarist from Heart. He's such a cool dude, man. And for him to take that time to spend with my brother, that really meant a lot. It really did. And the story that he has, that he basically died twice, and Janine had that same story that she talks in her book, Story to Stage, which is out now, shameless plug. Yeah, it's incredible how, like, once you see that light that they say, you're not afraid going back there. So I know where Steve is now. He's in a heavenly place, and we thank God for that. And what's really cool is we have the ability today to actually say something nice about him. You know, Steve was a really sentimental guy. He was funny, especially around Christmas time. You know, you could get a box, whatever was in it, and he would shake that box and he would go, this is a sweater and it is green. And he'd open it up and it would be a green sweater. It's like, how does he do this stuff? It was crazy. He could do that. And more than once. Amazing stuff. You know, he was always there by my side, like we said in that little story earlier about us on shows on TV and stuff like that with our music, and he was always around. You know, he's always a guy that I could go with my wins. I could say, hey, Steve, we just did this, or I did that. We played this place, and he'd want to hear, you know, where we played, what band I was doing, what I'm with, and he would always be there. Like a lot of times, he was the manager of these bands. A lot of times, he would go out and book us and get jobs for bands, even when he wasn't even playing in the band anymore. And it was amazing. At one point, when he was playing in the band with us, we were playing 5 nights a week around our hometown. I mean, how does that happen? But he did. He had that gift to gab, and was a really good salesman when it came to that. And he did have a drinking drug problem, and vices and stuff like that. And my dad did too. And in those situations, we had to work around a lot of that, what happened in his life. And like when he said in that call earlier, he said that he wasn't going to last until he was 25, and then that became 35, 45, 55, and he ended up at 70 years old. And yeah, he lived a good life. He had 2 daughters, Jennifer and Stephanie, along with many grandkids. We all loved him and miss him dearly. We all miss him, but we're celebrating his life of the good things that he's done for everybody. We remember a lot of times we would go and just get an inner tube and go down the Topahopkin River, Creek, whatever you want to call it, and go down to Grings Mill, like from the dam to Grings Mill, and we'd have such a great time doing things like that. When the band days, we would play wiffle ball. We'd have everybody come together and do that, and it was just so much fun. And he was always alive. We took a lot of vacations, like we would drive places. We drove to Florida one time with him, and just had an awesome time. He would always go to Florida. He would live there like for a year at a time, come back, then go there, come back, and every time he would come back, I was ready to go there to visit him, but he would come back. I was like, oh, missed the window, kind of thing. So, but he taught me a lot, got me started on songwriting and things like that with guitar, and just amazing to be around. So we do have some more songs of his that we started out with here. So here's another song that Steve started this riff and the lyrics to it back in the 70s. And it was such a cool riff on the guitar because it's like a practice thing. It's also a practicing thing, kind of like how Hotel California came about, which the same thing for them was. It was a practicing song. Somebody heard it and said, oh, I like that. Let's make a song out of it. And that's basically what they did. The same with this one here, Open Your Eyes. He came up with the ideas and it was going around, and in the 90s we pieced it together and did a demo, and it still wasn't right. It just wasn't gathered. So it gathered dust for a while. And then I was playing this ditty, and then Janine heard me playing it. And Janine was like, if you don't know this, Janine is she's a master songwriter, took a lot of courses, learned off of mentors like Ryan Tedder, people like that. I mean, just my goodness. So she heard the song, she's going, yeah, it's good, but you need to fix the chorus. We need to fix, some lyrics here and there. They're just not cohesive. And we want to make sure the parts go together, that's interesting and all. And so permission from Steve, and he's the third writer on this song because we, all agreed to be third. He even said, just put in your name. Just put in your name, don't worry about it. And we're like, no. So he is a member of ASCAP and has all that coming together with all the royalties and all that will go to his family. If the song ever breaks loose and 1% of the world buys it, that's all we ask, 1% of the world. My goodness. Here's a song. It's called Your Eyes. And a very cool tune. Check it out.
Yeah, 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 we're back again. Na na na, na 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 na, na na na, na 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 na. Open your eyes and find you lost reality. Look up from way down there and find out someone cares. Unpack your clothes and things and find yourself a pair of wings, and we can fly away back to here. La-da-da. Don't be sorry, sorry to say goodbye, 'cause I know you will find your way to live again out loud. I'm not sorry, sorry to see you go, my friend, 'cause I know you will find your way back to here. La da da. Open your eyes and see your new identity. Break through the atmosphere. We want and need you here. Unpack your heaviness, clear out the monsters of the past, and let's find our way back to here. Na na na. No, you're sorry, sorry to say goodbye, but I know you will find your way to live again out loud. I'm not sorry, sorry to see you go, my friend, 'cause I know you will find your way back to here. Open your eyes, open your eyes, my friend. Na, 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 na. Na, na. Na, 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 na. Don't be sorry, sorry to say goodbye, but I know you will find your way to live again out loud. Live again. Sorry to see you go, my friend, 'cause I know you will find your way back to here, back to here. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na.
This kind of time is not very easy, even though it's a celebration of life. We still remember my brother. And I was just saying that is a pretty cool tune to listen to for this time, special time. And it was done by a producer. His name is John Navarrete. He works out of Saginaw, Texas, which is near Fort Worth. And he does a lot in the sync world, which is synchronization for TV, movies, and film. And commercial. Gets a lot of work doing that, so it was really wonderful working with him. And yeah, Steve started it all with the riff of that song and the lyrics, putting it all together. It was an amazing tune. So right now, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I actually recorded some of these. I still had them on my phone, and I'm going to play it just because, you know, I miss him, I miss his voice, and his kids probably do too. But this is a little funny times right here.
Your brother. Hey, it's your brother. Tracy, this is your brother. Give me a call. Tracy's your brother. Tracy, it's your brother. I was on the toilet when you called. No, Tracy, this is your brother. I got the refrigerator just finished it today. My product climbed upstairs. Thank you for that.
This is a funny time that I captured. Oh my goodness. You know, okay, so we got another song, actually two more songs from him that are pretty cool. I just put some quick video to it. And we're going to do this song right here. It's called Prison Blues. And Prison Blues was an older song back in the early 80s that he just put together as a demo. And this is how it came about. And there also is, I think there's backups with Peg and Chris also on this one as well. So let's check it out. Yeah, that was one of those songs, and which is funny. That song came out really good live, and we'd play in this one band together, and we play this place called the Beverly Hills Tavern in near Pennsylvania, near Moton, Pennsylvania, that area, and the owners would request that song, and every time we played it, they'd go out and they would dance, and they just loved that song. Here we were, like a rock band would do like Zeppelin and things like that, and play that song, and they requested all the time. So I think they booked us back just so they could dance to that song. It was just crazy. That was Steve's song, and I don't. Man, what more can we say about this guy? He was like my dad for a long time, because our dad passed away when I was 18, but my parents divorced when I was 8. So Steve kind of hung around and, helped nurture me along in a way, to make sure I was doing okay and stuff. Taught me how to box in the front yard and things like that. The neighbors probably thought we were crazy. So. But yeah, we had a lot of fun, and all my friends growing up in high school knew him, all had fun, and I'm sure they have stories to tell. And that's the beauty about Celebration of Life, is that we can tell these stories, and we're still waiting on the site in Pennsylvania where they're actually having a Celebration of Life story at my niece Christy's house, but they're might be having technical difficulties getting in on the stream. I don't know. But what we're going to do is we're going to play this one more song. This is the last song we're going to do. And this is one that Steve wrote, and I wrote with him, kind of like hijacked the song and started making it more into something he probably didn't like. But it's how it is, brothers. But no, when I was living in Reading, we had a basement. And this basement, he and I built a whole studio basement. And it was 24 tracks at the time, so it was a lot of fun. We just put out some, getting things together demo-wise and all that. And we just had a lot of fun doing it. And this is one of the songs that never got played or promoted, not on Spotify, not anywhere like that. You're hearing it probably here for the first time. This is called Hell Year.
You turn 16. You don't even have a car to go looking for Queen. Are you tired of moping around without a thing to do? Are you tired of waiting around for them to come to you?
All right, we're back. You know, I keep forgetting to hit that pause button. That is crazy, isn't it, Janine?
The pause button.
The pause button. You know, we're gonna wrap this up pretty soon, but you know, there isn't a day that goes by that I could wish to call my brother and just say, you know, hi, what's up? You know, what's going on? Man, he would love to hear what was going on in my life, and I'd love to hear what was going on in his. And you know, he would ask, you know, when we would come visit or when he would come visit us here in Texas and all. And it was just so much fun. And, you know, I did mention before that he was like a dad to me at some point. So definitely looked after me all through my younger years to make sure I wasn't really in any kind of trouble. And, you know, I thank him for that. So definitely going to miss my big brother. And I hope you got something out of this, that you got to know my brother a little bit, you know, through his songs or just through telling stories. And just hope you have a great day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the opening again so you can see a little bit more about him if you just tuned in. All right, here is the opening.